good for him. He hasn't even expanded here, which he should have. And he keeps making carriers, even though they are not doing the job. Sometimes carriers may be good for a quick tech switch, but and overwhelming your opponent, but I have quite a few stalkers. I have so many warp gates that I can warp in reinforcements as needed. That's why actually Protoss has become very powerful in Starcraft 2. You can just warp in the units that you require, whatever they may be, anti-air, anti-ground. As long as you have the resources, you can do this pretty fast, pretty quickly if you have many warp gates. We'll see here. I still haven't gone for more upgrades. That I should have, because of course I don't have that many resources. I keep macroing. He has quite a few resources, but I don't see him warping in very many units. The differences here are, actually I could have crushed him maybe even with this army right now if I would have known this, but of course I have no idea. And as I am a very cautious player, I wanted to macro up, as you have seen in my other games. I want the easy kill. I want to be sure of victory when I move in. Actually mining from 1, 2... yeah, only 2 bases. I'm going to get this base, and I have of course positioned myself to control this base as well. So we'll look at that one. Now he has amassed a small army. This little bit back and forth, struggling over here. Usually most games on Scrap Station are quite short, but this turned out to be pretty long. Of course I don't know if my opponent would have gone for the ground armies. Maybe it wouldn't be in more tight struggle, you know. We'll see. These units are not upgraded, and my units are, so I won that struggle. But I maybe it seems like I even had more forces. Still, okay, now he has at least used his resources. So, and he has stopped pumping carriers. Instead made an expansion. I don't know if this is as close as you could be. I think it is. Still have some gas over here. And now I've gotten my new base online, transferring some probes, because I have quite a few, actually too many, but I wasn't in max supply, so it didn't bother me very much, and I could always transfer them to these new bases that I was erecting. So it's a little bit of a standstill right now. You know, a bit of calm before the storm moment. Nothing, no one's moving out. He's getting this new base online because he has soon mined out his natural, and he doesn't bother with seem to bother with these few minerals that he has in his old main, even though he could. But that nexus is very poorly placed, so right now I know that he can't have too many bases. I don't see this base or this base, but I know that I have huge parts of the map that I have mined out the gold minerals, and the fact that he has been wasting lots of carriers assaulting my positions. So I'm pretty confident right now that I have the game, even though you should never be too confident. But I keep amassing these anti-air units, because I know that he may have still some air forces. I assault his base, destroying his pylon, but then his forces come. Actually, it looks very ridiculous when watching the replay, because when I looked over here, when I played this game, I was like, oh, he may have some troops, I don't want to be ambushed. But with this amount, I could have won the game much earlier, instead of macroing here to the end of everything, you know, sucking all the minerals dry from this small asteroid or whatever this is. So let's see here. Aha, he's going for a mothership. I don't know how much that will help him, as all my troops, he should have seen that all my troops were capable of attacking air units, stalkers, many sentries. This is the good thing about warp gates. I can just mass troops. Like I see here, my supply is 148 out of 186, and his supply 66. I should really scout better, use observers or something, because I could have ended this. Now when watching the replay, it just looks so ridiculous. Getting some more pylons. These are unpowered, so and getting some more upgrades. Let's look over here. Yeah, already 2 attack. What's here? He has now made his first attack upgrade, so but no defensive upgrade. And now he has the mothership. I've actually never built the mothership myself, but he may have some good abilities, cloaking all the units and the vortex. But the vortex really doesn't help too much, in my opinion, as you will see very soon. A good example of why the vortex is not so useful every time. It can actually even hurt you when used wrong. But I guess he had nothing to lose, so we could maybe speed things up over here. There's not very much longer remaining of the game. I know this has been pretty slow paced and all, but some games just turn out like this. But I will see later if I find more fast paced, more interesting games with some nice twists. Alright, everyone just waiting for the right moment. 87 supply against 176 supply. Yeah, I can't really sound very excited. Over here, whopping in a few more troops. Oh yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Let's look at, meanwhile, let's look at the income. Yeah, it's not double anymore because I don't have so many mining bases. But when this gets operational, units, very many probes, 3 observers that I'm not using sufficiently well, quite even amount of zealots. Okay, now he's coming. Now you will see what I mean about the mothership. Could actually look at it from my perspective, because I see the mothership, and now he uses the vortex ability. I lose a big part of my army over here, and now he's charging at me, pushing me back. But this right here is the thing with the vortex, pushes me back, and now I am in his flank with my army and able to surround him completely. So actually my units are immune inside the vortex, so I have actually nothing to, it's not too bad to be used that ability on you. You know that they will be coming back and you can surround your enemy after that. So after this it's pretty much over. The basic view, Colossus firing at the Nexus, GG over here. And I think I will type GG as well. Yeah. This was rather slow-paced game. Not so many twists, except that he charged at my base in the beginning with Void Rays and sniped my Nexus. I hate mass units, he says. Of course. Mass units often wins you the game. Never do more than 10, 100 population, he says. I don't know, maybe that's not so smart. Warcraft 3 player. But of course you have to adapt to the game. If the game is, if in a game you can make 500 units, you should make it. If that improves your odds to win. As a player, you should never place any restraints on yourself. You should always play to win. It's very important, because it's the best that way. Alright, this has been Simulacrum, and see you guys later.